Have you ever really looked at a giant tree and just wondered, how? How does a tiny little seed turn into that? Well, it's not exactly magic, but it is pretty close. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the secret ingredient that makes it all happen. It's all about one single molecule that plants use to build their entire world. Let's get into it. I mean, seriously, think about it. How can you take something as weightless as sunlight and as invisible as air and turn it into solid wood? Or a crunchy apple? The answer isn't a magic wand. It's a single, incredibly powerful little molecule. And here it is, meet glucose. The simple sugar cooked up from just sunlight and air is the hero of our story today. It's like the ultimate Lego brick. It's the power source. It's the building material. It's just about everything for a plant. So let's get to know this little miracle molecule a bit better. We're about to look at the blueprint for life, a map that shows just how a plant takes this one sugar and turns it into, everything else. Okay, so this right here, this is our map for the journey. Think of it as a flow chart for the life of one single glucose molecule. We're going to follow each of these different paths and see all the amazing things it can become. So the first and most obvious job is instant energy. It's called respiration. The plant basically cashes in its glucose right away to get a burst of power. This is the fuel it needs for all the hard work, like pushing roots through the soil or building new leaves. But what happens when the sun is shining and a plant makes way more glucose than it needs right now? It's not going to just waste it. Nope. Like any smart saver, it packs the extra away for later, tucking it into its own cellular pantry. And if you look at our map, you can see exactly how it does that. To store that energy, the plant links hundreds of these glucose molecules together to create a big, complex carbohydrate called starch. And yep, that is the exact same starch you find in things like potatoes or bread. So you might be wondering, why bother turning it into starch? Why not just store the glucose? Well, it's a genius move for a couple of reasons. First, it's way more compact, kind of like a molecular battery pack. And second, and this is the really clever bit, starch doesn't dissolve in water. That means the plant can cram its cells full of energy without messing up all the delicate water chemistry inside. All right, so glucose is fuel, and it's a long-term battery. But its next job, honestly, this might be the most incredible one of all. It becomes the actual skeleton of the plant. Let's head back to our map. See this other path branching off? The plant takes the exact same glucose molecules, but this time it just links them together in a slightly different pattern. And the result is something completely new, cellulose. This is the tough, stringy stuff that builds cell walls and gives a tree all of its strength. And this is where it gets so cool. Starch and cellulose are both just long chains of glucose, but look at the difference. Starch chains are coiled up, perfect for storing energy that can be released quickly. Cellulose chains are straight and rigid, and they stack together like tiny little 2x4s to build strong walls. It's the same ingredient, but a different recipe for a totally different job. Okay, so we've got fuel, storage, and structure. What else could there be? Well, the plant still needs a way to move all that energy around, right? And it needs a way to reproduce. You guessed it, glucose handles that too. Following our map one last time, we see another vital transformation. A plant can't just pump raw glucose through its system. It's a bit too reactive. So instead, it cleverly packages it, combining it with another sugar to make sucrose. And yes, that's the very same table sugar you know and love. It's the perfect molecule for long-distance travel. So think of it like this. The leaves are the factory, making the glucose. Then it gets packaged up into sucrose. That's our delivery truck. And that truck travels down the plant's highway system, called the phloem, to drop off energy wherever it's needed. And of course, that sweetness has another very important job. Glucose is the key ingredient in nectar. The plant is literally creating a sugary bribe to attract bees and other pollinators. It's a pretty sweet deal, right? The bee gets a high-energy meal, and the plant gets to reproduce. It's a total win-win. So we followed all of the different paths branching out from that one little molecule. Now let's just zoom out and really appreciate what this all means. Because the incredible versatility we've been talking about is, no joke, the foundation of the entire plant kingdom. I mean, the efficiency is just mind-blowing. From one single starting point, glucose, a plant can make everything it needs. It can make instant fuel, it can make long-term energy packs, it can build its own skeleton, it can create an energy delivery system, and it can even make a tool to help it reproduce. It is, without a doubt, the Swiss Army knife of molecules. So, the next time you look at a towering tree or a field of wheat or just a little flower popping up through the sidewalk, remember this simple, powerful hero at the center of it all. Because from one simple sugar, an entire kingdom is built. Have